whether you're a year in, 5 years in, 10 years in, there's knowledge that you've gained that can only come through time and experience and hard lessons learned through learning the hard way, dropping the ball on a client, losing a ton of money, missing deadlines, face planting. Like, yeah, I hate to do that stuff, but it's how you learn and it's how you get better and how like, I never want to feel this way again or whatever. So looking back on your career and what you've learned in marketing, what would you tell yourself who just got started? What are some of the things that you know now?
I mean, there's so many different angles I can take and go with this, but I'm going to just kind of talk about the one that helped me move the needle the most and reflecting back, what is the absolute most important. And that is SOPs. And not just SOPs, but taking the time and the due diligence to learn everything necessary about the service that you're offering, to create your own SOPs, either to do the service yourself or to give to your team to then carry out that service. Now, to kind of break this down a little bit further, I've paid over, $12,000 to $15,000. Yeah, around $15,000. Maybe a little bit more, $15,000 to $20,000 to be part in different agency groups. I was going into those agency groups really trying to get SOPs, continually asked for SOPs, continually asked for how they would have their CRM set up and how they would have their sales CRM set up and how they'd have their project management CRM set up and where's the SOP for running Facebook ads and where's the SOP for Google ads. And never did you get one that was worth anything. It was a most basic version of ChatGPT. There was never any uncovering of the hood of how they run their business. Most of these agencies are really more like sales agencies and less of fulfillment agencies, which is why they don't fulfill themselves. They just coach other people. Be wary of people who are selling you on something that don't actually do the thing. They're usually just sales agencies. They're not, they don't do the thing. So how are you going to get the thing from them, right? So once I struggled and kept thinking that there was just something that I could buy that I couldn't buy because the people who are actually selling the real thing, I couldn't afford them. And the ones who are cheating, they don't have anything to give you anyway. So I first had to learn that lesson the hard way, which didn't waste too much time, but did waste some money. And immediately from there, it was just a matter of hiring. I mean, from the beginning, I've had teams. From the first project I got, I hired someone. I never had the illusion that I was going to be the web developer, or I was going to be the tech expert, or I was going to be the SEO expert. Like, never did I have that illusion. It's just, I mean, I know enough about it now to finalize and innovate our SOPs that we have, but I got that from the team. I also have some really good material that I'm constantly studying and some really good companies that I constantly follow and update. We buy courses and we stay up to date in our SOPs constantly. There's new iterations of them, but I would say that was the biggest game changer of realizing that I needed to build this out myself, and you really need to put the hard work in for your own company. There's nothing that, money, unless you have a lot of money, maybe it can buy you a successful business, but it's really just, it's the hard work, it's the time, it's the dedication. That's the biggest lesson I've learned so far in business.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I would say looking back, I was also looking for a Hail Mary, some sort of, home run, grand slam, silver bullet, secret sauce, and realizing that it's the nitty gritty work that you're going to do yourself that's going to make the difference. And really realizing that it is the people that you surround yourself with, the team that you build, and the person that you are above anything else. You can buy all the fancy stuff, all the courses, all this stuff and feel good about it. But the reality is you got to build a lot of it yourself. So get in there and start doing it. But also the investment, man. Don't be afraid of investing in the right things, because you can certainly waste a lot of time and money investing in the wrong things, but investing in the right people, investing in the right information, investing in things like marketing that do have tangible returns on the investment, like real numbers that come back to you. These are important things. And obviously biased as marketers, it's what we do. It's what we sell. But the reality is the reason we have clients is because we produce results for them. Just like you do. The reason people pay you for your business is because you give them something that they can't get anywhere else. And that's what we do. I would just round this off by saying, like, talking to the younger me who just got started is like, you're on the right track. Be more patient. Understand it's going to take time. You already know so much, but there's a lot left to learn. Trust your gut and intuition about people that you associate with. Like, you get a bad feeling about a vendor, it's usually kind of right. Also, don't say yes to everything either. I think this is true across the board in all industries. Money sounds great until you have a nightmare client and they're dragging you down. So like, even in deck building or landscaping, like, get to a place where you can be selective with the clients that you bring on board so that you can work with people that you align with, from an energetic perspective, where your calls are good with them and they respect you and you respect them and there's mutual things. I would say that, like, too, it's just get to a place where you can say no to certain jobs because you have an abundance of leads coming in. And honestly, to round that off, that comes from great marketing and having a great company. So